Hello, my name is Eugenia and I am so happy that you have decided to join me in this meditation. Every week I host a call for my breath family around the world. We like to start with a short meditation. Many of them have asked me if I could share the meditation so they could do it through the rest of the week. So here it is, available for anybody that wants to connect deeper with their breath and meditation. I invite you to find a comfortable and relaxed position for yourself. I also invite you to explore a little bit more about the principles of transformational breath, which are fundamental for these meditations. You can follow the link below to have a guided exercise to learn these basic principles. Get comfortable and let's get started. To place yourselves in a comfortable position. Simply feeling your breath. And gaining awareness of the soft, gentle rhythm of it. Noticing how easy it is for all the muscles in your body to simply flow. And as you feel them relaxing, you notice that as one muscle in your body relaxes, all the other ones just follow that path effortlessly. This becomes almost an automatic process. All you have to do is focus on relaxing that part of your body that you're paying attention, and everything else will follow. Simply reflecting the perfect nurturing flow of life. We are like the water in the river, following the flow, moving effortlessly. In this space of gentle awareness, I invite you to connect within. To feel yourself. Look at yourself, that person that you know you are. And now, look deeper within, so that you can acknowledge that person that you know you are. but that you don't share. You don't even dare to acknowledge that that person is you. Look at all those parts of you that usually stay hidden and shed some light on them. You have now the strength and the clarity to look within and know that you can be this person. Feel how, as you give yourself this permission, your breath expands deeper and effortless. Feel the expansion that comes when there is nothing holding you back. I am, and hear your name. I am free. I am strong to follow this truth. And I am grounded in my breath. To allow this expansion. Within my breath, I feel my body and my heart connecting me to my mind. And when I interact with the world, the truth of my words flows from this beautiful, open, and grounded channel, allowing now and always my true voice to come out. I live. Take a deep breath, feeling these truths of yourself and this expanded breath. And gently bring yourselves back. Start to gently move your body. Softly open your eyes at your own rhythm. And maybe stretch and move the neck. Opening your mouth, opening your eyes, opening your hands completely all the way out. Thank you for those words. Yes, this is really the flow of life should feel effortless. And if it doesn't, we need to adjust course. We're going a little bit against the stream. And I find that often when that is the case is because we're not being truthful to ourselves. And when the interesting part, what's been coming up to me in meditation is it seems like we don't know. And that's why we are where we are, but in reality, we always know who we are. But there is a big part of us that has to learn to survive and adapt into the world in different stages. And we lose little pieces of ourselves. We don't lose them, we kind of hide them on the side. And then what is happening, we're walking in somebody else's shoes. And they might work, they might keep the water out and they might do the job of protecting us against the pebbles on the floor. But they're not the best shoes for us to walk on. And our own shoes were not left behind. We tied those shoelaces and we put them on our shoulder. And we've been carrying them with us. So instead of helping us, they have become a burden because we need to hide them.
We think we do.
Yeah.
We don't really.
To survive, yes. And then we're not in that situation anymore. And now we can actually stop. And that's the key piece. We need to stop and look around and look at the terrain and then decide whether we can put maybe one shoe or maybe the socks on, as far as we can, and take a few steps in our own shoes and see how that feels. Because we're not 5, we're not 15. Maybe we are 20. But, we forget that. We forget, and it's important to give ourselves permission because we move a lot through inertia in the world. We're just, carrying on. And it's in the spaces when we actually stop and look within that we can regain our true identity, reconnect with our true self, and beyond that, where we can give ourselves in the past wherever it was that we needed.
Yes.
Because we are not totally left behind. So yeah, I woke up like with this very soft feeling around me and this very, the very nurturing desire, and just like feeling very loved and feeling very safe to open. I think we should be able to create that space for us every day. Like we should wake up feeling very safe and open. Why don't we wake up like that every day? or in the same degree. So that's when we need to look at, say, what is holding me back? What caused me to hide that piece? So anyway, that's what was happening for me this morning. Thank you, Samantha. And the thing is, when we don't follow those rules, there are consequences. And depending on our household, the consequences vary. I am very curious to look at these generations of children now that are being raised without a lot of boundaries and without a lot of limitations. Because it's an interesting experiment, it can go really well, but it can also go really bad. I'm joking, but we have actually reached the point where children are being given freedom since they're very little, and that's very interesting. But most of us here in this call, we were not raised like that, and the consequences can go from go to your room, sit in the corner, spanking, severe physical punishment, isolation, so many things. Being deprived of the things that you love, it's a very common consequence of not following these guidelines. So our young mind learns very, very early on that we have to comply or else. And our parents know us. And whatever the consequence is of our misbehavior, it's going to hurt because our parents are going to give us what we don't like, whether it's a spanking or taking away the toy, or you don't get to go to your grandma's house. There's an infinite list of possible punishment. And parents need to do this. There needs to be education. I'm not saying they need to punish, but education needs to happen because we do live in a society. And we've all seen the movies, right? I'm a big fan of science fiction, but we know what happens when there is no rules in society, right? Chaos ensues. So we need it. We're social beings and we need to learn the rules of what is okay and what is not. But what happens is that we learn to follow what other people tell us. So then we learn that to do things we need permission, which is okay. We need that, okay? We need to know it's not okay to grab a knife and kill somebody because they hurt us. That's not okay, right? And if we go back to our basic animal instincts, that's what happens. If somebody hurts you, you're going to attack, and it doesn't matter if the other one dies. You just need to survive. So it can devolve to that level. But our job is then to remember that we can give ourselves permission to do things. We have learned the basic rules of society. We have learned the basic rules of our family. We have learned the basic rules of our job. Now we know what's appropriate where we can function. And now it is our time and our job to give ourselves permission beyond that. Within the accepted boundaries, I can say to myself, it's okay to do that. I remember I enjoy, like, Sundays for me are family day and lazy day. Like literally lazy day. I can actually stay in my pajamas for a whole Sunday. I don't do it all the time, but like I could watch Netflix or read like one book after the other for a whole Sunday in my bed and have literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner in bed. That's my treat to myself every once in a while. But this didn't happen overnight. There was a big piece of guilt around it. I really had to tell myself, it's okay to stay in bed if you don't want to get up. And I was living alone when this happened, okay? I was living alone, ladies. And I had to reassure myself that it was okay, because every few hours I was reading my book and it was like, oh my God, I should be doing something. No, I should not be doing anything. It's my house, it's my bed, I pay the bills, I clean my own house. like, it's okay if you want to do the dishes at night at the end of the day, you know? But my brain was saying, no, you can't leave the dishes in the sink for 2 hours. That's not okay. And it was like my heart was like, oh my God, you know, like somebody was gonna come and catch me. And this of course is like a silly example, you know, but it could be something really, really meaningful in life, you know, pursuing a passion, speaking in a certain way, allowing yourself to feel in a certain way. So we need to consciously give ourselves permission. So God, you are on the right thought, you know, it should just happen, but it doesn't happen. Okay, so we actually do consciously need to give ourselves permission to be our true selves, to do this little thing or that big thing. And no, there will be consequences. But my adult mind can understand them and decide, yes, I'm gonna be okay with this. When I was living in Cabo, we had a lot of ants. So I know there's gonna be ants on my sink by the time I get there. Again, a silly example, you know, but I need to learn to live with the consequences, whatever they are. If I antagonize my parents or my boss or my whatever, and it can escalate, you know, maybe I have a great idea for work and maybe it's very innovative and I'm going to push to be heard and I know I could get fired. Can I live with that consequence? Yes. Then I give myself permission. If not, I said, okay, I'm going to save this for another time. But we do have to actually, consciously and actively give ourselves permission. And this is something nobody teaches us. They teach us to comply. They don't teach us to not comply. That's why that word stuck with you. Gala. Oh, I just felt it so beautifully. I wanted to acknowledge this. And I hope it's a reflection of what you're feeling, because I could just be making it up in my head.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just continue to do that. And Betsy, I also want to say something, you know, you can be in a group session and you don't have to show up. You can say, okay, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm awake, but I am still processing. You know, you don't have to show up all joyful, because owning those spaces at the end of a group session, you can receive support and we can reach out to you. And by demonstrating this as a facilitator, we create the space and the opportunity for our clients to do that to us. And this is a big piece for all of us who are very nurturing. And I think the 5 of us here in this group have that profile. So it's really important that we learn to say, I am still processing, I need more time. So you guys go on with your session. I'm going to stay here and breathe, because I can do that for myself. And if I am actually in a physical space with other facilitators, I'm going to stay here and breathe. And hopefully somebody will come and facilitate me. Because at the end of a group session, if somebody's not complete, we will come to you. And we will then hold you in our physical arms. Thank you, ladies, all of you, for staying for the extra time. I love you. Please take good care of yourselves, and we will see you whenever Monday you show up here.